Hey guys, it's Benedictine's the Vegan. Today I want to talk about children. One thing that I've realized is that a lot of children are protected from certain realities from a very young age. A lot of children grow up thinking that the world is wonderful because they were being programmed from a very young age to think that way. I think this is wrong because most of them, when they become young adults, they realize how messed up the world is and they become depressed because it's not the world that they expected. So, of course, they will feel depressed. I mean, how would you feel okay if you were told to expect the world to be wonderful, but then realize that it was the opposite of that? I mean, yeah, there are some young adults that are still not experiencing certain realities. Because one thing that you must realize is that this world is going to be good to you if you have something to offer it somehow. If you don't have anything to offer the world, then you will be subjected to certain experiences that are harsh. The world is not going to be good to you if you don't have anything to offer it in return. That's how it is. So you're not going to be protected from these harsh realities that young children are being protected from. And we have to, accept that we don't get to not experience harsh realities because we're good people or because we're doing the right things. It has a lot to do with what we can offer the world. Christians do not believe in God because He's good. They do not worship God because He's good. They worship God because they believe He has something to offer. They were told that there's a God, and if they worship this God, He's going to give them the things that they want. He's going to make their lives easier. So they worship this God. It doesn't matter what it does. This is something that's very important to understand. No matter what happens in this world, Christians will still worship God. The only people who are maybe now Christians who are going to maybe change and become atheists are the people that are really ready to accept the truth. Not everyone is ready for it. Not everyone is ready to think. But it will have a lot less to do with the things that can happen in this world. It will have a lot to do with how they think, really. So even if someone who claims to talk to God told Christians that, God is saying that we must kill everyone else who's not Christian, they'll do it. If they will believe that it was God who said these things. Why? Because He has something to offer them. I like to give this example of Beyonce. I think I've given this example over 5 times. If Beyonce asked for $10 from random strangers, you just say she decided to ask $10 from 100 people who had it, I do believe that all of them will give her. Why? Because she has a lot to offer the world. I mean, she's a very, very beautiful woman. If she got to, like them, or if they were on a good side, I think they would be treated well by society. Let's just say Beyonce decided to publicly acknowledge that she got help from some of these people. They'll be treated very well by society. Like, yo, Beyonce said this about this person, so it must be true. This is a good person. This is a great person. So that's why they would help her. But if a homeless person who really, really needs money went and asked 100 people who had, the money, even if they were asking for like $1, I'm 100% sure that 90% of them wouldn't help that homeless person. Why? Because they don't have anything to offer, So we are treated the way that we are being treated now because of what we can offer. If you are not being treated with respect, it means you don't have that much to offer. Look at how things are where you work. Your boss is treated with so much respect, even if they don't like your boss, even if they talk shit about your boss, but in his presence, they're going to show him a lot of respect. Why? Because he has a lot to offer, right? That is humanity. That is how we are. We are here to survive. We are here to survive. And we must do things that are going to make our survival easy. Right? So children have to be told that no, actually this world is horrible. This world is this way. And you need to do certain things in order to put yourself at an advantage, because that's gonna, enable you to experience the life that you want to experience. You're not gonna experience the life that you want to experience because you pray a lot. You're not gonna experience the life that you want to experience because you're a good person, because you're a nice person. No. In fact, if you don't have anything to offer the world and you treat everyone nicely, people are going to take advantage of you. If you don't have anything to offer the world and you're a nice person, people are going to take advantage of you. If you have a lot to offer, even if you're not a nice person, people are going to treat you very well. You see? It has to do with what you can offer. And people have different things to offer. Sometimes people don't necessarily need to offer skills, knowledge, resources. Sometimes beauty. Beauty is something that they can offer, right? If you are dating a handsome guy or a beautiful lady, your social status is going to rise, because there will be a lot of people that want to date these individuals. So people are going to respect you for being able to date these individuals. That's having something to offer, right? Beauty is something to offer as well. So people need to know how the world really works and really accept it for how it really is. A lot of people are depressed because they are unable to accept the world for what it is. They just complain about people and say, oh, people are this, people are that. You don't have anything to offer them. That is why they're treating you the way they're treating you. Accept that. Don't resist it in any way, shape, or form, and don't ever feel like things should be any different. No. I want to know why? Because things can never be any different. People will always be selfish. That is how we are. That is how we're programmed. They don't know how to change themselves. People don't know how to change themselves. They want to survive, and that's the only way that they can survive. So they have to treat people the way that they treat them. They have to respect people that can help them. They have to treat people that can help them nicely, and they have to treat people that cannot help them harshly. It's only people who really, really work, who will treat you nicely even if you don't have anything to offer them. But it takes a lot, bruh. It takes a lot. To really be a good person, you have to have reached a very, very high level of awareness where survival is not really a thing for you. Where you're like, man, I just want to do the right thing. I can see that the way that we're living is causing a lot of suffering for a lot of people, and I don't believe in it. I believe in a better world. So that is why I've decided to be a good person. You have to be operating at a very high level of awareness. People like Jesus were operating at a very high level of awareness. If Jesus existed, he was operating at a very high level of awareness. I agree with a lot of things that he say. I often say that Jesus was cool. I respect him. But God was evil. Because it is the truth that Jesus was very kind. A lot of things that God said in the Bible that are evil, Jesus opposed them. Because he really wanted to be kind. He really wanted to save the world. Because he was very woke. If you really, really take the teachings of Jesus seriously and live by them, you would reach very, very high levels of awareness. There's a lot to learn from what Jesus preached. I'm telling you, there's a lot to learn. He was operating at a very, very high level of awareness. There ain't that many people in the world right now who are operating at that level of awareness. I often say this to Christians. I'm like, yo, man, I cannot be a Christian if I'm more Christ-like than you. If I really care about people more than you. Because you are just trying to survive. I'm here to really, really experience the truth and be real, not be biased. And that's what I'm teaching myself every day, is to truly be fair. That is very important to me. So that is why I cannot be a Christian. I can't be a Christian if I'm more Christ-like than Christians. I know that they're just trying to survive. They're humans. And I don't judge them. I think people should do what they gotta do, I guess, I chose the path that I chose because it's what makes the most sense to me. It's what I want. It's what I'm ready for. It's what I've prepared myself for. I'm strong enough to walk the path that I'm walking. But not that many people are. Not that many people are. So I really understand why some people have to be fake in order to survive. I really understand why some people have to be manipulative in order to survive. I really do understand why some people have to be survival orientated. I really understand it. I really understand why some people are not fair to one another. I really understand why some people steal from one another. it is essential for their survival. I get it. And sometimes it has a lot to do with what you are really interested in. What do you really want from the world? Do you want a lot of money? You cannot have a lot of money unless you are really selfish and really, exploiting resources around you, including other people, using other people as resources, using other people as your stepping stones. That's how you get to survive. That's how you get to achieve wealth. You don't achieve wealth by being a good person. If you believe that, you've been lied to. If you're truly going to be a selfless person, if you're truly going to be a person that cares about other people, you're not going to achieve wealth. That's not how this world works. So I do get it. I do understand why humans have to be selfish. Survival, bruh. It's survival. To truly be a good person, you have to not be survival orientated. You have to be truth orientated. That's when you're going to ask yourself that, am I really being good? Yeah. Am I really doing something that is positive? Yeah. Not just for myself, but for others. You see, that's how you truly ascend. That's how you reach higher levels of awareness. That's how you get to speak the way that I'm speaking right now. But it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot. It's not easy. It's not an easy path. That's why I really, really understand why people have to be survival orientated. But yeah, man, people need to know from a very young age how the world is. People need to know what to expect in this world so that if they get to experience these things, they will be ready for them. They will know how to handle them emotionally. It's hard to experience something that you're not emotionally prepared for. You see? That is why a lot of young people are depressed, is because they're not emotionally prepared for some experiences. To them, those experiences were not a reality. They didn't believe that they can go through certain things because they were told to be optimistic. They were taught to be optimistic all the time. You see? And some of them made a lot of dumb decisions because they were too optimistic. I mean, if you really believe that the world is going to be fair to you, if you really believe that the world is going to be nice to you, you're going to reproduce without thinking. You're going to think, oh, well, doesn't matter because things are going to be okay in the end, you see? And then get to realize that, no, this is not how things are. Things are different from what I expected them to be. But it's already too late now. I've brought kids into this world and they need me, so I gotta work. I gotta work shitty jobs in order to improve their lives, you see. It's hard, bro. It's really hard. So people need to know the truth so that they will make the right decisions. One other thing that I've realized about Christianity that I think is very dangerous is that because people believe that God is good, they make stupid decisions because of that. You see, they make stupid decisions because of that. And then they get to suffer and wonder why they're suffering. While the truth is that they're suffering because they didn't do things that they needed to do to make it, or they didn't accept that reality is the way that it is. You know, they were not living their lives in accordance with reality. So, reality still had to be there. They still had to experience reality, and because they made dumb decisions thinking that reality was not what it is, boom, they find themselves suffering. It's important to see things as they are. Guys, from on this step one, it's really important to see reality as it really is. That is what's gonna help you make the right decisions. I'm telling you. That is why I love the vegan community. That is why I love the antinatalism community. That is why I love the woke community. You know, these people are very, very aligned with the truth. They really see the world for what it really is. And most of them found a way to still be balanced, knowing that the world is what it is, knowing that the world is harsh. You see? I love them for it. Because a lot of people cannot walk in your shoes. If you are woke, a lot of people cannot walk in your shoes. They cannot handle some of the things that you handle because you are operating at a very high level of awareness. You see? They cannot understand things that you understand now because they are operating at a very low level of awareness. You see? Thank you all, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep on growing. Thank you.